All right. That was a little clip from Godzilla Minus One. And let me tell you, that is a damn good show. Let me tell you, I was very impressed with this show. Now, a caveat for those who aren't big on foreign films and, subtitles, you're going to have to deal with that. But hey, the acting's great. The special effects are well used. They're well executed. They're not silly whatsoever. This one harkens back to sort of the early days of Godzilla, which was really almost like a metaphor for nuclear war. This was, or atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But yeah, this is really a lot to do with that. A lot to do with World War II, the after effects of World War II, and just sort of creating that fictional world of a post-war Japan, but also introducing Godzilla into that story. What they do well with this story is the idea of introducing really strong characters, people that are likable and understandable and relatable, and focusing on the people more than the monster. And that's what makes this thing work really well. So you're introduced to your kind of like cowardly redemption story character, and this mechanic guy, sort of fighter pilot, kamikaze pilot, and airplane mechanic. And this I'm not sure what this actor's name is, but he's very good. He does a great job, very convincing. Um, and it's a redemption story, which is always fun for these kinds of shows because you don't see that too often in a Godzilla movie like this. But yeah, there's a relationship that develops. There's sort of a reason for the hero to want to do what he does. So in other words, giving the main character motivation. Um, it's about sacrifice. It's about the whole idea of the kamikaze um, and the war, and that whole idea is explored, and it's great. There's a group of kind of friends, you could say, that are working toward this common goal to deal with this huge threat facing them. They're all very likable characters. Of course, you have Godzilla showing up more than just in the beginning, but of course in punctuated points in the whole story. And the Godzilla that they do in this movie is way better than the Godzilla in the the American version that they've been trying to flog on people with King Kong and Godzilla and all that jazz. I liked Godzilla King of the Monsters. That was great. I liked the one. Um, I think it was just called Godzilla. The first one there of recent years in the 2000s. Was it 2014? Am I getting that right? Anyway, one of the earlier Godzillas, and then Godzilla King of the Monsters was great, and then it just kind of gets silly. But anyway, that's me. I'm loving this. I'm loving what Toho's doing. They just nailed this show. Um, the Godzilla in this movie, it's very similar to the Man in the Suit type Godzilla, which I love. I love that sort of old style retro Godzilla look. That could definitely be a man in a suit, but of course it's CGI now. But it has that look to it, and I love that classic style. His they got the classic tanks blasting away at Godzilla. All those elements of the old Godzilla movies that I love so much, but modernized and very realistic, not like the tiny miniatures getting melted with a blowtorch. The Godzilla getting blasted, but being completely completely invincible is awesome. And then of course the fire breath. They've done an amazing job with this, and it's very, very harks back to, of course, the atomic bombs that affected Japan in World War II. It's obvious the connection here between Godzilla and the atomic bombs and how connected that whole thing is. And it's just it's an amazing, amazing movie. And my reviews aren't reviews, they're tastes. I don't want to ruin this for you, so I'm just going to give you little bits and pieces and use stills and not ruin this for you, so you can watch this movie and still enjoy it. So yeah, this was an amazing movie. I went into it not expecting much, and I hope I'm not overselling it, but I'm never a person who loves to watch movies that have subtitles. But this, for that type of movie, this was a mind-blowing experience. It was great. I was behind the main character all the way, and in his struggle for redemption, you could say. And then just the whole thing, the way it ended, it's all good. There's a few little weird spots in there that are left unanswered. They could easily make another one of these. I hope they do it right if they do. I noticed that a lot of the Japanese Godzilla efforts kind of end with a single Godzilla movie, like for example Shin Godzilla. That didn't have a follow-up. I don't know how popular it was, but it was funky. It was very different. And I love different. I love artistic integrity. And these aren't sellout Godzillas, that they do coming out of Japan. So yeah, praising this all the way. I hope I don't get in trouble for actually playing some of it, but we'll see if we can get this up on YouTube, and I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys watch it. It's well worth watching this one. So that's my review. Hope you're having a good, this is Victoria Day in Canada. Hope you're having a good Monday, whatever it is, where you are. And I'll see you in the next video.